That was a head gasket and a spark plug. I put that head on there, bolted her down with that Permatex in there, so we're good to go on that. All parts ready to go. So I penciled in there on this cost of this building this engine. You would have to have a head gasket, and you would have to have a spark plug. So $9 each. I've got a new spring for the rocker arm right there, but it's not on the engine yet, so I'm not going to add it to the cost. And what I was doing over there was, I got them parts out of that electrolysis tank and buffed them up with a war wheel and primered some other stuff and all. And then in the meantime, the project for today, and I done got it done pretty much. I take the liberty. This is one of the liberties that I take when I take one of these engines apart and put it back together. This right here is a liberty that I take that I think it's worth doing, and I don't think it distracts from the engine value any at all, regardless. These covers are notoriously being too large. So I take the time to fit that cover to that housing there. And just, kind of to keep the craft, to keep, where you could just get it done and forget about it. I went on ahead and marked that on the back with a scribe, and then took it over to the belt sander and sanded it to the line, and then I brought it back over here and I marked it on the inside in there. That's them original crown head bolts they talk about, and they're only that long, 1/2 inch. That's the correct ones to use. I'll show you this right here. It's worth I think it is. And what I done is I took the file to it. After I brought it over from that belt sander, I bolted it on here where I was going to have it forever. And then I took a file and I went around that whole thing right there and fitted this casting to this cover. It's a perfect fit. And this right here gets a gasket also. And you can see we done already, well, I ain't got no cotter in there, and I got that set out right there because I was a filing on it. But we got that all adjusted right, got them 2 nuts on each one. But what I'm gonna do, well, see, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna round the edge of that right there with the file. I mean, you have to be careful with this stuff. You'll get a splinter in your finger, or you'll file your fingernail too deep. But, and all I'm doing, I mean, you could take this to the belt sander if you want to, but a sanding belt, one of them, even a 1x30 over there, has some cost to it, and a file lasts a long time, and you get a much better finish too. So be careful, don't get no sand and don't get no foul dust in there if you can help it. When I assemble this for the last time, there'll be a gasket here. This is one of the areas that requires a gasket, this handhold, but the main bearing housings bolted to the side here, they don't get no gasket in there. And I marked it on the inside there which way goes up. So that when you put it back on there, it'll match up because you done ground it to fit. Well, this will be no cost to the build of the engine, but it makes it look better. Oh yeah, we'll go cut a gasket for that. I took that felt pin right there, went around the outside of that. That's a pretty good felt pin right there. I'd like to have some of them felt pins. But I went around the outside that gasket right there for the reason when I put this up on here, I'll be putting some of that Permatex on there when I put it all together. But the gasket, I'll put a mark on that. Them felt pins comes in real handy right there. Oh yeah. And we'll be good to go right there. Yeah. I'm checking the list there. There ain't no cost on that breather. That come with the engine and all right there. And this right here, that's a personal thing right there to fit that cover to the crankcase. You know, I just think it looks better. But we're set to go there with the gasket cut and all. You know, I like to round them corners off a little bit right there. You know. Oh yeah. At any rate, got that governor hooked up there. And there was a question about a non-adjustable governor fork. I'll hook one up down there and see if I know what you're talking about. May need a bigger hole in that venturier in there. But, and there ain't no cost on that little short governor rod right there. But because this is the one that was on the engine, and you know, it would run. So I'm not going to add the cost of replacing it to how much it costs to get it running that auction sale engine. So it's got a good end on it, but this part's homemade. Could use it. And we'll get us a total. We'll get a total on them numbers right there. I did notice one thing I'll bring to your attention. The fuel pump. This fuel pump right here was an eBay buy, and it all looks well and good. It didn't come with this. It was only a fuel pump. And when I put it all together and everything, I noticed that the spring that's in this fuel pump is too strong. It's too long. So I'm going to cut that off. Get it down there to a more manageable pressure. But other than that, it appears to be good. But you know, the last one appeared to be good and it wasn't. So we'll see. We'll get this on there, and we'll add the cost of that on how much it costed to get it running, because it didn't have one on it when we got it. Y'all come on back next week there. Yeah, we'll start up one of these old engines.